Sometime around the time of the Civil War, people began to come to coastal towns to enjoy the summer, the cooler air, the very cool sea here. And that picked up in a big way in the last quarter of the 19th century.
So you have people coming in from New York and Massachusetts and Boston to get away from the heat and the oppression of the city and to purify themselves on the beautiful landscape here.
Some of the summer visitors, some of the locals noticed all the fabulous old buildings around here during the period of the colonial revival, which began around the centennial of the United States. And they founded a preservation movement and a community beautification movement that were the genesis of the museums of Old York.
It was unusual back then to have an independent woman like Elizabeth Perkins, who carved out kind of a career, as you will, as a preservationist. And it is thanks to Elizabeth Perkins that much of Old York is preserved, including her house. It's interpreted as it would have been when Elizabeth Perkins lived there. One of the things to me that why Old York is such an important place is because we do have today new populations coming in here, lots of summer visitors, residents who've moved in from away, who don't understand what an amazing past the community has. And it's really great that we have a place like this where we can tell that story. Actually, your tour of Old York starts here in the Rimmock Barn, where you'll see an 1830s barn that has been restored and turned into modern exhibit space. We have a whole floor of rotating exhibits on the history of York, and there's always something new and different to see, so you have to come back often.
People come to our library to learn about their homes, to learn about their neighborhoods, to learn about their town, and also to learn about their families.
So if you were interested in tracing your roots a little bit, it would be a great place to start. Our staff is very knowledgeable, so they can help you navigate your way.
For me, personally, it's truly inspiring, and I think a great privilege to be a temporary steward of these buildings, these collections, this heritage. But in a larger sense, every member of the Museums of Old York, every visitor, is also a steward.
I know I feel that Old York is a very special place, and hopefully you'll agree that it has a wonderful range of buildings and artifacts and is truly a national treasure.
These are not static monuments whose meaning was determined 100 years ago. Each of these buildings, every object, has stories to tell that we haven't drawn out of it yet, because we're a part of the story.